Breaking news from behind the NBA curtain. The Houston Rockets' elimination by the Golden State Warriors wasn't just about a final score. The 7-game series was filled with tension, injuries, trash talk, and drama on and off the court. But it was what happened after Game 7 that truly set the sports world ablaze. Dillon Brooks, known for his confrontational style, left the court right after the Rockets lost 103-89. He didn't greet the Warriors. He avoided eye contact, made no gestures, and said nothing. That silence was louder than anything he might have said. Draymond Green didn't ignore it. On a recent episode of The Draymond Green Show, featuring Baron Davis, the Warriors veteran sharply criticized Brooks. His comments were direct, personal, and meant to hit hard. What began as a team elimination turned into a heated conflict between two of the NBA's most volatile personalities. Green didn't just mention Brooks' poor sportsmanship. He questioned whether Brooks had what it takes to lead a team toward anything meaningful. For Green, it's not about headlines, it's about substance. He challenged whether Brooks is capable of being more than just a distraction. To understand why this moment matters, it's important to remember, this rivalry didn't start overnight. Brooks and Green have clashed for years. Their feud has grown through stares, hard fouls, and uncalled shoves. In the NBA, where stories carry as much weight as scores, every action becomes part of a larger narrative. If you're a true NBA fan and you want to dig deeper than the highlights, you're in the right place. Here, we go beyond the surface and uncover what most people don't talk about. The Warriors-Rockets series was intense, filled with physical play and emotional outbursts. Brooks, as always, showed up ready to provoke. That's been his identity since his Memphis days, constantly trying to get inside his opponents' heads. According to Draymond, Brooks took it even further this time. He allegedly admitted during the series that he was deliberately trying to irritate Stephen Curry's injured thumb. Curry had been dealing with that injury, which affected his shooting, but for Green, this kind of tactic wasn't shocking. "We all know the game," Green said. "You do what you have to do to win." But that wasn't what really bothered him. What mattered more was what happened afterward. Green explained, "If you want to be that guy, the tough guy, then own it. Wear your shades to the press conference. Speak up. Face the media. But don't vanish when you lose." He said Brooks' silent exit didn't just offend, it violated an unspoken rule. "You lose a lot of respect for a guy in that moment," Green stated. Green wasn't the only one to speak up. Many fans and commentators also criticized Brooks' behavior. Even in the most heated games, there's a basic level of respect among players. That invisible line is what separates passionate competitors from those who vanish when reality hits. Brooks' refusal to join the post-game handshakes was especially noticeable. He had spent the entire series making himself the center of attention with constant trash talk and antics. Then, when the game was over, he walked away in silence. Green didn't hold back. "Nobody on that court respects Dillon Brooks," he declared. Coming from a champion and a franchise legend, that statement carried weight. It wasn't just an opinion, it sounded like a final judgment. Now, a bigger issue comes into focus. What happens when a player starts to disrupt his own team instead of just annoying the opposition? Brooks signed a 4-year, $86 million contract with Houston, a huge investment. He brings defense and knows how to frustrate rivals, but his emotional choices are drawing attention. This isn't the first time he's clashed with others. At Memphis, Brooks had conflicts with LeBron James and was ejected after a flagrant foul. After the season ended, the Grizzlies made it clear they had no interest in bringing him back. There was no negotiation, no talks. It was as if they were saying, "We don't want that kind of behavior anymore," even though he was still playing at a high level. Still, the Rockets chose to take a chance on him, And to be fair, he's been solid in his role. But this new controversy raises a serious question. Does Brooks' style help or hurt a young team that needs stability more than media buzz? Draymond Green's view is clear. When you're trying to compete at the top level, and that's how you act, it hurts your team, he said. According to him, it's not about attitude, it's about maturity. It's about knowing how to lose and being present even when things go south. For a young team like Houston, actions like this can shape team culture, for better or worse. In the NBA, even small behaviors can change a team's identity. A player's attitude can unite a squad or tear it apart. So the question stands, is Dillon Brooks a fierce defender or a player who's lost control of his role? What matters more, disrupting the opponent or staying calm when it matters most? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Did Draymond Green go too far, or did he say what others were thinking? And don't forget to subscribe, because our next video dives into another possible feud involving a Western Conference star. Spoiler, more drama may be coming. But what began as a dust-up between Brooks and Green has now turned into something bigger. While the Warriors celebrated their hard-earned win over Houston, a new concern surfaced, one that had nothing to do with trash talk or court behavior. It's about time, the schedule, and it could shake the entire league. While everyone focused on the rivalry and drama, another problem emerged quietly. It could affect not just Golden State, but the entire NBA structure. Here are the facts. The Warriors now face the young, talented Minnesota Timberwolves in the Western Conference semifinals. They're not the favorites, and they're no longer the main title contenders. But they have what matters: experience and a championship mindset. If they survive this series, they could chase one more title. But there's a complication. The Chase Center, home to the Warriors, is also the site for the Valkyries' debut, the new WNBA franchise, which plays its first game on May 16th. This has caused a major scheduling issue. Game 5 of the Warriors-Wolves series will happen in Minnesota on May 14th, but Game 6 in San Francisco can't happen until May 18th. If the series goes to Game 7, it's set for May 20. This delay pushes the start of the Western Conference Finals to the end of the month. Sports Media Watch was the first to raise concerns. If both this series and the WCF reach 7 games, Game 7 of the WCF would be on June 3rd, just 2 days before the NBA Finals begin on June 5th. Here's the real problem. The NBA doesn't plan to move that Finals date. There's no backup plan, no flexible window. For the first time in years, the schedule is set in stone. If that happens, one team could come off a grueling 7-game series and head straight into the finals with only 48 hours to rest. No time to practice, no time to recover, no time to breathe. That team might be the Warriors, the same team caught in the middle of every storm, the one known for rising from chaos. But this may be too much, even for them. Imagine Stephen Curry, exhausted after battling Anthony Edwards, Karl Anthony Towns, and Rudy Gobert, being forced to play in the finals with barely any rest. That could hurt his performance, the entertainment value, and the fairness of the entire competition. And this isn't just a sports issue. It's about money, business, and league structure. The NBA is trying to boost the WNBA, and that's important. The Valkyries' debut is historic and necessary, but the league's rigid schedule shows a flaw: the struggle between growing the game and organizing it properly. As the NBA evolves, it must learn to plan ahead for these kinds of problems. Otherwise, the consequences could be serious for the players, the teams, the fans, and the league's reputation. There's a strange irony here. While Draymond Green calls out Dillon Brooks for not respecting the game itself, through poor planning, might be disrespecting the players who give everything to reach the finals. So here's the big question. Is it worth sticking to the schedule no matter what? Or should the NBA delay the finals to ensure a fair competition? Comment below with your thoughts. Should the league stick to the calendar or prioritize fairness? And if you enjoyed this deep dive into NBA controversy, give this video a like and subscribe to the channel. In our next episode, we'll explore how this scheduling chaos could impact TV rights and advertising deals. There's more money at stake than you might think.